People, welcome to Newspaper Breakdown. It's the 5th of the 1st. We've got a few stories to get through. Not going in depth into a lot of them because I'm a touch hungover and don't want to. That's the reason. I don't tend to lie. We'll start with very briefly. You had Sunak giving a speech where he sounded like a fucking teenager doing Baba's first speech. Emptiness, hollowness, bullshit, ignoring anything that even resembles reality. Starmer today did a speech. It was better than Sunak's, but that is not a very high bar to set for yourself. All the same, tosh. Over the next couple of months, we are potentially going to see more radical conceptions from Starmer, but he's doing what he does all of the time, which is say, well, I'm not as bad as that guy, and I'm not as bad as Corbyn, so that should be enough. It's not, but that's what he's been doing. But hopefully this year will be the year that he actually takes his finger out and does something to make people actually want to vote for him and just not want to make sure that Tories aren't in. That'd be nice. Also, he said take back control, which I believe he was using for his concept of devolution, which I like as the idea. Although if you see the amount of councils at the moment that are fucked, it may not be a good idea, but we shall see. I just don't like anyone using take back control because it's a throwback to being lied to on Brexit, isn't it? So, news we're going through, we got a tribunal has found in favour of the government in a case brought forward by the campaign group Spotlight on Corruption, attempting to force the government to reveal the names of companies that received more than £47 billion in COVID loans. This amid concerns that fraudsters and organised crime had exploited the government's guaranteed loans intended for struggling firms. The reason that the tribunal found in favour of the government was because of confidentiality. Although we know that corruption occurred, we know that fraud happened, and we know that the government isn't doing tons to actually try to get the money back. Even though we have massive holes, arbitrary holes, made up holes in our budgets. The only reason they're doing PPE MediPro is because the story came out in The Guardian, and so they thought, Christ, we have to make it seem like we're doing something. Laziest bunch of assholes that there are currently, this fucking government. That's what I think privatisation is really in the end. Like austerity, trying to sell everything off. It is just a government unwilling to do their actual fucking jobs. We've also got the social care ombudsman has found that care workers are taking as little as 3 minutes to help vulnerable people in their homes after finding that Warrington Council allocated extremely short visits for hundreds of patients. This is a continuation, as we've seen time and time and time. Social care is seven shaded fucked. What did I say yesterday? 165,000 fucking words. Jobs needed, extra vacancies, that's the fucker. 165,000 vacancies we've got in social care at the moment, and now we're at a point where to get to see everyone at least once, got councils allocating in 3 minutes, 3 minutes fucking minimum for patients. You can't do anything in 3 minutes, we all know this. Families, of course, are paying the full amount for the care, and they're not paying for 3 minutes, they're paying for the full care, they're just not getting it. The average FTSE 100 CEO will have made more by today than the average worker will earn in an entire year, as another reminding that we need to do something about inequality. I mean, what are we on, the 5th? Yeah, 5 days. In 5 days they have made more money than the average worker will make in a year, and you can explain to me how that's fair. Finally, the Association of Independent Multiple Pharmacies has blamed the lack of cough and flu medicines in the UK on ministers' lack of planning. This follows the shortages last year of antibiotics and HRT. Of course, we've got the government who are saying that everything's fine. The government has continually to say that everything's always fine, everything's delightful. The government policy at this point seems to be mass gaslighting. That's it. So they're going, listen, you think something's wrong, you're wrong. You're wrong. Everything's fine. Everything's delightful. And if it's not, then it's because of Putin and nothing to do with us. And take society in the idea of taking an ounce of responsibility, because we're continually run by fucking children who we never have any recourse for them. Every 5 years we get to vote for another selection of dickheads, and we take that as some form of higher thinking. It's horseshit. People should be held to account. Anyway, that's fucking enough. I'm going to have a relaxing day. I will speak to you all tomorrow with more vim and vigour. Bye.